Hi, I'm Luke from Up the Villa. Spurs against Villa, tough game, big game. Two teams competing in and around each other with 5 points clear of Spurs, with a possibility of going 8 points clear, which is huge. That's massive with 10 games played. So it's a big game. It's a game that I'm looking forward to. I think Villa this season, the word probably to summarise us would be consistent. Unai's building this team upon being consistent in the Premier League, in the Champions League, and it's working, and we're doing really well. We're picking up results. We've only lost one game all season. Champions League to watch is an absolute dream. I've watched it all my life, and I've just been in awe of it, and being a part of it now there's nothing like it. The air smells differently around the stadium when you're walking up to it. The nights are just got that sprinkle of stardust, so they're really cool. But Premier League, we're doing okay. I think we're going to get better. I don't think we're at our peak yet. But Spurs, I've been pretty impressed with you. I think as a whole, I think you play some really good football as a neutral. You're a really good team to watch. You're always going to be entertained. There's going to be goals. I think, like Villa, we're consistent. I think you're probably not quite there yet, and I think that shows with the away form. So at home, you're a big problem for any team that's going to your stadium. So yeah, it's going to be tough. Ange, I really like him. A bit spiky at times, but I think his heart's in it, and he just wants to do really well at Spurs. I think our aspirations this season are to finish as high as we can. And I think from other fans, if I say we want to finish third, I think people will be like, you got no chance. But we had no chance of getting fourth, and I think we've got to aim to be better. We've got seventh the year before, we got fourth last year. Why can't we try and get third and be in and around it? I think you're in the mix until you're out of it, and we're level on points with Arsenal, but Arsenal are going for the league, but Villa aren't going for the league. So so I think we've got to try and get as high as we can, and we'll be mixing it with Spurs this season like last year. Spurs players that really impressed me: Kulusevski playing more central. I've been really impressed with him. Brennan Johnson's in and amongst the goals. Solanke, I've had my eye on Solanke to see how he does. And I think in football, there's this weird thing about it's just goals and assists that matter. But I think we lose touch of what players can do off the ball and their overall game, and what they can do for a specific system. And I think Solanke, he's doing really well, and he'll continue to do really well. So, yeah, my biggest memory of this fixture would be watching Gareth Bale score a hat-trick at Villa Park. Unplayable that day. Unplayable in general anyway. So, yeah, watching Bale was great. The Spurs players that would get into the Villa team, or vice versa, I think it's a difficult one, because we are doing quite good. If you ask a Ipswich fan, they'll probably say every single player. But while we're doing quite well, I think it would be dependent on how we play. And I think there's two players that I think would get into our team. I'd probably say Pedro Porro, because I think our right back, we're putting Conte there at times, and Matty Cash. I know you guys really like Matty Cash. So, Pedro Porro, and I'd go Brennan Johnson on that right-hand side as well. And any other questions that you've asked me? What sort of game do I expect? I expect it to be tight, and I think Villa will grow into it. I think that's probably how the game will go, pretty much like the first one last year. And that's how we beat Arsenal as well. And I think balls over the top a little bit. Now you've not got Van der Ven. Watkins might be licking his lips a little bit, thinking that's the area that we can sort of try and exploit you. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. You can catch me on Up the Villa UTV, which is a fan channel for Aston Villa. We do match reactions, match previews, opposition. So we've done some Spurs stuff as well. So go and check it out. All the best for the season. Up the Villa.